Hey, Big Lake. Pastor Sam and I just wanted to get with you, and some of you may have heard there's changes coming and want to understand why. So that's what this video is about. So I want Pastor Sam to just start talking about what was on his heart and has been on his heart the last couple of years with our church.
With the nature of just church in general, and then we went to two services a few years ago. Uh, One of the things that's been pressing in on me over the last 2 years has been a lack of unity, disconnectedness, and it's kind of the nature of the beast a lot of times when it comes to church and as you grow, growing pains. But then COVID hits, and in the midst of COVID, we really had some disconnectedness and some feelings of disunity and even lack of community. And so, in the midst of coming out of this, we really felt a pressing in on how do we, as church leaders, how do we as a church lean into this need to be connected, to be unified. And so, in the midst of that prayer and that conversation, we felt like we were going to be able to do some changes that may help create that opportunity.
I know during COVID, some of the flaws of us personally, as a staff, as a church, Big Lake Church, and as a church in a whole, they kind of all came to the forefront. With stress, sometimes the weak areas show the most. And I think unity was definitely one. And we started talking about how do we fix this problem? What does it look like? And we started praying and we started having tough conversations because, in all honesty, at first, staff was definitely divided as far as how do we fix the problem? What does that look like? And it wasn't until month and a half ago that we finally got on the same page and we really started feeling like, hey, we agree on this, and it looks like that. So what was that plan that we kind of came up with, and what does that look like?
Yeah, so we decided to, on September 12th, go back to one service. And then that would be actually at 9 o'clock a.m. would be the service time. And then that would create time and room for us to then have after the service, about 10:15, having Sunday school. We believe that Sunday school is important, it's valuable in terms of knowledge, but even more so in terms of building relationships. We are very much aware that significant long-term life change happens in small groups. It happens in those intimate settings, those relationships that are built. And so we want to really encourage our body to get plugged into the Sunday school time frame as well, to be connected, to learn and to grow together as a community, but also into what God's calling us to be.
One of the things the staff all agreed on was if we go back to one service, we really think there should be an intentional time, and that time is going to be Sunday school. And we still want to do small groups, and we want to make these things happen to where there's lots of opportunities for families, for adults, for youth, for children to have real time, to have authentic and real relationships that are constant.
Yeah, because one of the things that we heard a lot from a parent family meeting we had a few months ago was that the Wednesday night class that was just really late for kids that had school the next day. It was very difficult in their scheduling, very difficult to get kids back home and bed in time and have a good morning for school. And so because of that, we've actually moving that Wednesday night kids programming to that Sunday school time frame with a little bit more intentionality. And so a lot of teachers who were doing the Wednesday night will now be moving to that Sunday school time frame. And so we will no longer have Wednesday nights other than youth at this point in time, but we're going to institute and bring back in small groups that'll be, for most case, a lot of midweek opportunities to meet together. And so we know it's valuable, it's important, and we don't want to take that away, but we want to just put the most energy we can into what we feel like is beneficial and what God is calling us to do.
And you'll see sign-up sheets at the church this Sunday, August 22nd, for you to sign up to a small group. We have different options and different days for you. If you are still watching online and haven't made it back to us in person, feel free, if you feel comfortable to do a small group, to contact the office or one of the staff to say, hey, can I know the days and what times are available, and we'll try to get you in a small group. But our goal is to just continue in this settings of having some small group time and big group time. And one of the reasons the service 9 o'clock that we decided on doing it at 9 o'clock is because we wanted to give everybody a chance. We figured it was more likely for people to stay afterwards than to come early for Sunday school. So we're going to do the service at 9 o'clock. Worship will be at 9 o'clock, and then Sunday school will be at 10:15. As you guys hear this plan, hopefully that you can show us some grace as we try to figure it out. And I think you would realize, we hope that you realize, with Sam and I, the 5 years or 5+ years I've been here, we've kind of always been open to adapting.
We hope that you all will join us in this journey as we try something new and really lean into what God is saying and what He's calling us to do.
I know I'm excited, and I know the rest of the staff is, and we hope you guys are starting to get excited too.
Yeah.